Pedro here to do an album review, and today I'm here to talk to you guys about the brand new album from Mice Nine Kills, The Silver Scream, out October 5th on Fearless Records. This album has 13 tracks and it's 49 minutes in length. The fact that it has 13 tracks I don't think is an accident. I think they did this on purpose to really pay homage to Friday the 13th, for example. If you're going to have an album that's going to touch on classic horror movies, you have to put 13 tracks on this album, and they did. Kudos to them. Now, as far as lyrics are concerned, I want to start with the lyrics. This album really touches on classic horror movies like Friday the 13th, Saw, Halloween, Jaws, It, The Shining, many others. I really like what they've done with these lyrics. They really created songs that brought those movies back to life, almost like creating a brand new soundtrack for these movies. Perhaps for listeners of the band that are not familiar with some of the older classic horror movies like The Shining, this album will allow them to be introduced to those movies through these songs. So these songs, for some listeners of the band, will become the new soundtrack for these movies. And that is a really cool thing, because the songs have so much life, they have so much dynamic in them. They're really fluid, they really tell a story. And they did that not only from a musical perspective, the lyrics as well, but also by including narrators and pieces of news clips and characters of the story talking within the story. Really cool. I really like that they did that. It really added to the whole horror vibe storytelling aspect of the album. It really made the songs come to life, if you will. It really created a cool dynamic within the songs and then throughout the whole album. This album really feels like an audiobook, like you're listening to 13 tracks, and each track is a movie, and so you're listening to 13 audiobooks of 13 different movies. Really well done from them. The storytelling aspect of this record is phenomenal. You can almost close your eyes and picture the story that they're telling you with their music, and that is a huge achievement for a band to be able to pull this off. Specifically with this topic of horror movies, and when they touch on these classical movies, everybody has their own spin and their own take on these movies, but what they've done is they've really brought these movies back to life by giving them a new soundtrack. I also like what they've done from the musical side. They really gave each song its own dynamic based on the lyrics and based on the specific story of that song. So some songs are more melodic, some songs are heavier, some songs have faster tempos. Some songs incorporate all of those aspects in order to give the song the dynamic that it needs to fit the story of that specific song. To me, that was key. Not only you need to tell a story from a lyrical perspective, you also have to tell a story from a musical perspective. So creating music that really helps the listener envision the story that you're trying to tell, it's important, it's key. And they were able to do that with this record, really helping bringing those songs back to life. Then, in addition to that, they've included a few cameos, a few singers here and there doing some cameos. They had Chelsea Talmage from Stranger Things in the song Love Bites. They had Sam Kubrick's grandson, Sam Kubrick, the grandson of Stanley Kubrick. He guested in the Enjoy Your Slave. So that's really cool, the fact that they incorporated people that have been related to these horror movies into this album by having them do some guest vocals in some of the songs. Really cool. Another little extra flair, if you will, to this amazing record. Now, as far as songs are concerned, I picked three that I just felt that, I don't know, they were the three that really spoke to me the most. I'm going to start with Thank God It's Friday. I really love this song. I love the start of the song. I love the acoustic fire camp singing kind of start before the song absolutely hits you like a ton of bricks. It's so heavy and it comes at you so heavy as soon as that acoustic, campfire singing is done. I really like this song. It has one of the hookiest scores of the album, and that's something, because this album, if there's one thing this band knows how to do, is create songs that have really infectious and hooky choruses, and this one is one of them. I also believe that this song really showcases how good Spencer's vocals are. Throughout this record, I was amazed with how good his voice was on every single song. He has an incredible voice with incredible melody, and in this song, I really feel that this song really showcases how good of a singer he is. I really love the blend of heavy vocals and clean vocals in this song, specifically around the chorus. It really gives the song a lot of dynamic. It gives the song a lot of life. And in the clean vocals around the chorus, there's also a sense of loss and despair. And it really fits the storytelling of the song perfectly. It's one of my favorite songs of the album. It's been one of my favorite songs, period, since it came out. I just love how contagious, how melancholic the chorus is and melodic at the same time. Beautiful song. Another one of my favorites is The American Nightmare. This one has the best chorus line ever. I'm counting bodies as you count sheep. That is incredible. I love that line. I hope they make a t-shirt with that, because I would be buying it. I really love that, and that was one of the things that hooked me to this song. This song to me, The American Nightmare, is the perfect introduction to the album. It's the first song on the record, and it's the perfect introduction to the album because I really feel that it starts to tell the story that becomes the whole album. The way this song starts really lends itself to the intro to a movie, to a horror movie, if you will, and this is the intro to the album. So they picked the perfect song with the perfect sound to start off the album. The riff at the start of the song is absolutely filthy. I love that riff. It's melodic and heavy at the same time. I just cannot get enough of that riff. They then sprinkle it off throughout the song. Kudos to them. I really enjoy the sound of that guitar on that song. These guys, like I said before, they build incredible songs with really catchy and hooky chorus. This one is another one that has a really catchy and hooky chorus. This song to me, at some point in time, feels, when you start listening to it, and the more you listen to it, the vibe that I got is that this is a song that makes you feel like you're waking up from a bad dream just to find out that you're in another dream, that you're still dreaming. This song has that kind of effect on the listener. I like the fact that it's very heavy, but there's also a lot of melody to it. And within that melody, there is a little bit of a pop vibe to it. And I believe that pop vibe is spread out throughout this record. And that's what allows for the songs to be very hooky, to have really hooky choruses, is to have that little bit of that pop vibe sprinkled throughout. It really allows for the songs to be really catchy to your ears. Now, my favorite song is Stabbing in the Dark. I absolutely love this song. I cannot get enough of this song. My favorite song in the whole album. Beautiful melodic introduction to the song, and then you get hit in the face. Like you're opening the door and you're seeing Michael Myers on the other side. That's exactly how this song feels in the way it starts. Very melodic, like you're minding your own business, then you open the door and you see Michael Myers, and then all hell breaks loose. This is exactly how this song feels, and this to me is how this song was put together, and that's how it feels throughout the whole song. This is a song that is very fast, dynamic, has a really dynamic approach to it. It almost feels like the perfect musical equivalent to a Halloween movie. A lot of the times, it really feels like the only time you can catch your breath is in the chorus. So it's almost like you're running away from Michael Myers, and you think you're safe behind that door, just like in the movies, and you're catching your breath with the door closed behind you just for a machete to come through that door and the song to completely pick up again and become very heavy and aggressive. That's how this whole song is structured. Really built around that movie, really feels like the movie. I love it. I love the fact that at the end, the song almost becomes, it almost feels like it's your heartbeat and then you flatline at the end. Almost like your heart was beating because you're running away from Michael Myers, and suddenly he catches onto you and he kills you, and you flatline, and that's kind of how the song ends. I really like that. Once again, it really brought the story of this song together, and it really brought it to life. It really gave life to the song. This is it. This is Ice Nine Kills, their brand new album, out October 5th. Don't forget to pick it up. If you are a horror movie fan, and if you enjoy metal and metalcore, this is an album that you have to pick up. I truly believe you're going to have a wonderful time listening to this record, because it really brings these horror movies to life in a musical format. Almost like making a horror musical, 13 horror musicals, if you will. I really enjoyed this album, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you have to say about Ice Nine Kills, about this brand new album? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll be reading those comments and getting back to you. Take care again.